In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on August 31st, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Oregon versus Idaho. The Idaho Vandals had an impressive 9-4 record last season, including a 6-2 mark in conference play, which earned them a tie for second place in the Big Sky standings alongside Montana State. They kicked off the 2023 season with a strong start, winning 5 of their first 6 games, with their only defeat coming in a 31-17 loss to California. Although they narrowly lost to Montana by 2 points in mid-October, the Vandals rebounded by winning 3 of their final 4 regular season games. In the Football Championship Conference playoffs, Idaho advanced to the second round by edging out Southern Illinois 20-17 in overtime, but was ultimately eliminated in the quarterfinals by Albany, falling 30-22. Despite their successful 2023 campaign, the Vandals face a challenging offseason as they look to rebuild their offense. They lost key contributors, including 2 standout wide receivers, their starting quarterback, and their starting running back. While Idaho does return 5 starters on offense, much of the production from last season is gone, leaving them with big shoes to fill. However, on the defensive side of the ball, the Vandals are in better shape, returning 8 starters who should form a strong and reliable unit this year. The Oregon Ducks also had an outstanding season last year, finishing with a 12-2 overall record and going 8-1 in conference play. This performance earned them a second-place finish in the Pac-12, just behind Washington. Oregon started the season in dominant fashion, crushing Portland State 81-7 and entering their bye week with a perfect 5-0 record. However, they suffered a narrow 36-33 loss to Washington immediately after the bye. The Ducks bounced back by winning their remaining regular season games, scoring at least 31 points in each of their 6 victories. Unfortunately, their bid for a Pac-12 championship was thwarted by Washington, who edged them out 34-31. Nonetheless, Oregon ended the season on a high note with a commanding 45-6 win over Liberty in the Fiesta Bowl. As the Ducks head into the new season, they must replace a significant amount of offensive production from last year. Fortunately, they added Dylan Gabriel at quarterback, who is poised for a breakout season. Returning receiver Tez Johnson, who caught 10 touchdowns in 2023, will be a key target in Oregon's potent passing attack, which should also open up opportunities in the running game. On defense, Oregon lost several key players from last year, but should still be strong enough to compete effectively against most Big Ten teams. Going into this matchup, Oregon is the clear favorite, with expectations of a comfortable win. However, it's important to note that Idaho is no pushover, as they are a solid football championship subdivision team. While the Ducks opened last season with an 81-7 blowout of Portland State, Idaho is likely to pose a tougher challenge. Both teams are dealing with significant losses on the offensive side of the ball, but Oregon has done a better job of reloading through the transfer portal. Although Oregon should win this game handily, the spread may be a bit too large, especially if they ease up later in the game. Therefore, the Idaho Vandals to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Alabama versus Western Kentucky. The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers and the Alabama Crimson Tide are set to face off this Saturday in college football action at the renowned Bryant-Denny Stadium. This matchup is highly anticipated as both teams prepare to showcase their skills and strategies on the field. Fans are eager to see how these 2 programs will perform as they continue their seasons. The Hilltoppers had a notable 2023 season, finishing with an 8-5 overall record and a respectable 5-3 mark in Conference USA matchups. Although Western Kentucky found themselves trailing behind Liberty, New Mexico State, and Jacksonville State in the standings, they earned a berth in the famous Toastery Bowl. In that bowl game, Western Kentucky pulled off a thrilling 38-35 overtime victory against Old Dominion, closing out their season on a high high note. Head coach Tyson Helton enters his 6th year at the helm of Western Kentucky, and while he'll be without key players like wide receiver Malachi Corley and quarterback Austin Reed this year, he still has plenty of talent on the roster. Wide receiver Dalvin Smith, along with cornerbacks Odney Johnson and Upton Stout, are expected to provide valuable experience and leadership as the Hilltoppers look to build on last year's success. On the Alabama side, it's hard to be dissatisfied with their 12-2 overall record and perfect 8-0 run in Southeastern Conference games from the previous season. The Crimson Tide capped off their Southeastern Conference dominance with a narrow 27-24 victory over Georgia in the conference championship game. However, Alabama's season ended on a bitter note with a 27-20 loss to eventual national champion Michigan in the Rose Bowl. This year, with legendary head coach Nick Saban no longer on the sidelines for the first time in 17 years, all eyes are on new head coach Kalen DeBoer and his revamped coaching staff. One of Alabama's biggest challenges heading into the season is improving their running game, which averaged 4.3 yards per carry last year. The Crimson Tide will have much to prove in the early part of the season, particularly when it comes to establishing an effective ground attack. While many predict that Alabama may take a slight step back this year, it's still widely believed that they're capable of achieving double-digit wins once again. The schedule is loaded with tough opponents, including Auburn, Georgia, LSU, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Wisconsin. If Alabama can navigate these challenges successfully, they could be poised for another stellar year in 2024. Defensively, the Tide should remain strong, though there are some concerns regarding the quality of their pass rush. Additionally, the secondary will need to step up after losing some key players during the offseason. Alabama enters this game as heavy favorites, and they appear ready for another strong season. The Crimson Tide kicked off the 2023 season with a dominant 56-7 victory over Middle Tennessee State University, and a similar outcome could be in store against Western Kentucky. Although the Hilltoppers possess a solid passing attack, they may struggle to sustain drives against Alabama's stout defense. Offensively, the Crimson Tide should have no trouble moving the ball, and it wouldn't be surprising to see a focus on the run game as they work to improve in that area. While this might not be the most exciting game, I'm picking Alabama to cover the spread as they likely shut down Western Kentucky's passing game. Thus, the Alabama Crimson Tide to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Penn State versus West Virginia. In a Week 1 rematch from last season, number 8 Penn State and West Virginia will face off to kickstart their 2024 campaigns. The Nittany Lions, ranked 9th last year, finished the 2023 season with a solid 10-3 record. Their 3 losses came against highly ranked opponents, all of whom were ranked 11th or higher, including a tough 38-25 defeat to number 11 Ole Miss in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Meanwhile, the Mountaineers had their best season in 7 years, finishing 9-4. Their impressive run culminated in a dominant 30-10 victory over UNC in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. There is a lot of excitement surrounding Penn State this season, and it's easy to see why. The Nittany Lions boast a strong roster, and Drew Aller, their promising quarterback, is expected to improve with every snap he takes. However, West Virginia shouldn't be underestimated. They were far from pushovers last season, and the question now is whether their 2023 success was a one-time thing or the start of a trend. Morgantown is known for being a hostile environment for visiting teams, and the buzz around the Mountaineers, especially after their strong 2023 performance, is palpable. Facing a top 10 team in the season opener adds to the excitement, and I believe West Virginia has a legitimate shot to cover the spread as underdogs in this matchup. When these two teams met last season, they combined for 53 points, easily surpassing the 48-point total set for the game. This time, the projected total has been increased by a few points, but several factors suggest that this game might not follow the same high-scoring trend. First, Penn State's defense is one of the best in the country. Scoring against them will be a significant challenge, and it's hard to envision them giving up big numbers, especially this early in the season. Although the Nittany Lions have a new defensive coordinator, their experienced starters should have little trouble adapting to the new system. On the offensive side, Penn State is also adjusting to a new offensive coordinator, which could lead to some early season growing pains. Combine that with the pressure of playing in front of 108,000 rowdy Mountaineer fans, and the Lions' offense may struggle to find its rhythm. Additionally, the possibility of storms could turn this game into a ground and pound affair. Given these factors, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.